The winner of the 2015 Business Collaboration Award, 5280 Armory, Industrial Chemicals Corporation, and Simply Storage. This award was created to recognize an amazing partnership between these three private Arvada businesses who were able to work creatively together and create opportunities for each to find space, prosper, and expand their businesses in Arvada.
Industrial Chemicals Corporation is a wholesale commodity chemical distributorship. We own a fleet of trucks that we make deliveries to the customers with. We have rail siding, warehouse facilities. We've been in business this year 60 years. Well, one of the things the owner and I always discussed was never being landlocked and never being in a situation where we don't have enough room to grow the business. So recognizing that over the years, we knew that we needed more rail. Our next door neighbor, Tarco, shut their business down, and that put the whole piece they had up for sale, which I think about 7.5 acres. And it sat there for a couple years, and we kept looking over there, and then one day we were on the north side of this facility and looking to the west and said, well, what if we put the tracks right next to each other and just went further west? That was a great idea, but it took getting a small amount of the land for an easement on the Tarco facilities. That's when Ryan Stachelski with Arvada Economic Development introduced us to Peter O'Neill.
I've been working with Ryan since 2011 trying to identify a property in Arvada. He put me in touch with the sellers of the property. It was too big, not quite what I wanted, but then he had me speak with our neighbor, Robert Wilson, who's the president of Industrial Chemical. Robert wanted a small slice of the property. We wanted a little less, and we decided the best approach would be to approach the seller, collaborate on the purchase, and then divide up the property so that we each got what we wanted and needed, and neither of us had to buy too large a piece of property.
Two partners were now in place, but there was still more land for sale than ICC and Simply Storage could use. A third partner would need to be found. Enter 5280 Armory.
I started talking to Matt and Gina and found out that they were indeed looking for a piece of land to build a range and move their retail store to.
Well, I've got to give Robert Wilson all the credit on that part, because I think that he was the one that really saw us being in this location. One thing that we were always missing before was we never had the gun range. And so people could buy a gun from us and buy ammo, but they couldn't shoot the gun as a full experience. Robert just kept coming over and we just kept talking about it. And before too long, at some point, I guess we just believed that we could do our part on the little parcel that was in the center. That is now what 5280 Armory has become, is a gun shop with a gun range.
Matt and Gina next door, they took a building that was very, very poor shape and turned it into a very beautiful showplace for their business. So we're proud to be neighbors of both of them.
Robert got the small sliver of property that he needed to run his second rail line, and all three of us, I think, are doing pretty well now.
It's a win-win for everybody. Peter and his brothers had a vision with the storage. Matt and Gina certainly had a vision with what they thought their business should look like. We love the fact that we now have new neighbors and it just looks beautiful down this block.
It's a very unusual collaboration, and it's been really fun. In the process, got to go know some great neighbors, work closely with Matt and Gina. Hopefully we share some customers, and Robert's business is hopefully booming now too because he can bring additional product on site.
The beauty of the whole project was that we did most of this until, you have to do the due diligence at the very end and have a contract. But almost all of this was done on a handshake.